Okay, so what we're going to do now, folks, we're going to discuss the couple of examples. Hopefully, just bear with me. My screen will share. Can everyone see now Adelaide Footy, Dartfish? Can everyone see that? Video screen? Just let me know.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to cookies. All right, so I'm going to play this first example. Let's have a little talk about after the first example. Here we go. Well, okay, I know that came up pretty quick. Let me just test. I want to make a bigger screen, so let's go back. Not too far back. We'll get it again. It's too far forward. Oh, yeah, come on. All right. Well, it's probably a bit far back, but I'll just mute that. A bit far back, but let's watch this boundary throw-in. It's pretty much from after this boundary throw-in. We want to watch what happens, and then we'll discuss it. Comes up here. Okay, so let's pause it. All right, let's have a chat. I want to hear from. Actually, I'm going to talk. Let's go to an individual in the room with us. Yeah, we've discussed this in depth. Ian Curran, first cab off the rank. I know, but let's talk about it. What do you see?
Somebody grab someone by the Guernsey and swing him around and dump him into the ground. And the player is laying prone on the ground. And I mean, there was this on this occasion. People have time to make a decision.
Yeah. So it from what our discussion was, the umpire paid holding the footy. Is that right?
And probably not the right decision.
No. So we're not judging the umpire on this one. We're just looking at it from a feedback perspective. And so having a look around the room, who here would have paid holding the ball for this one? Anybody? Who's happy with the tackle? Anyone? No, good. All right. So let's go around the room then. If you think that a minimum, bare minimum, this is a free kick, bare minimum, let me know. Otherwise, so everybody here agrees it's a free kick, bare minimum. Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Right. It's the player in white from Goodwood. Okay. So second stage of processing for us is having a look what unfolds when we've got time, as Ian said. What do you think we should be paying next?
I think obviously the free kick, I'd be reporting the player, sending that player off, and then a 25-metre penalty as well.
So which colour card then that would be?
That'd be a red card.
Red, okay. And then paying reporting, red card, and paying a 25. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the extent, the letter of the law, okay, under a sling tackle, the pure definition of a sling tackle. Is anybody here feeling not very confident in doing so? Maybe going with that decision on the red card, 25. You can speak up.
25. Can we pay the 25 still as well, or is the one incident? It used to be a 25 if it was a report, but I think that's changed now, hasn't it? That's no longer in the rule book.
The penalty is the report, I think.
Just
there's two incidents. We can't pay a 25 as well.
Just the report. So red card only. All right. Because of the one incident. Yep. Does anybody feel like paying a yellow for this one?
You've had plenty of time to assess it.
Yeah, you have. Now let's gauge a little bit more with this footage. Watch what happens here. So umpires place time on. trainer, in the hands of the trainer. Now, key question we need to ask ourselves, two things here. In the hands of the trainer, which we're going to stop play because we have a duty of care. Okay, so duty of care.
I can't remember what my department was.
And
Okay, it's the same one you use for the portal.
the other thing we want to be looking for, Roy, you're not on mute, mate, but that's okay. You're probably trying to get
That's
on.
all right. Sorry, I just got a couple of things going on because having trouble.
Pop yourself on mute if you could, mate, or you can't at this stage.
Yeah, that's
with us, 'cause
okay. I'm
we're
just saying trouble with my internet.
Okay. So just to continue, the first thing is we've got time. We're watching the footage here to see and assess what's going on. The whistle blast was paid purely because the umpire deemed it holding the ball. But is the tackle legal? No. Now, watch the player. He cannot take his kick. He's escorted off the ground by the trainers. Now, we don't know the effect, the impact of that sling tackle. However, this is enough for us, okay, to be looking at it and going, hang on a minute. He can't take his kick. We need to be actioning it, right? We need to take control of that. And obviously, it should have been a white Goodwood free kick. You could easily have reversed that around and saved the day in that scenario. All right. So key things is, can the player take his kick in the hands of the trainer as a result of the impact of the injury? We're looking to report this one. All right. So that's example number one from the link that I posted on Facebook. Let's go to example number two. Please don't time out. It has. Bugger. Right. From memory. So I have this 26-25. Go back to the footage and hopefully we will be able to get a look at this one clearly. It comes up. Okay. In just a moment, I can just shuffle that forward. Okay, hang on a sec, folks. 20, it's just before 26, what did I say, 55? Right, we'll play it. Right, oh, not too much, 26, 40, 26. Not too far back. Okay, let's watch it from here. We'll see what we come up with here. I'll mute it. Okay, so I'm just going to mute the footage. Did everyone see that contest? Everyone see that contest? I'm hoping you did.
No, it sort of went in stages and I didn't actually see it. Can you play it again, please?
Sure,
Yeah.
can.
Jump between the tackle and the like hitting the ground.
Jumping between frames there, sort of thing.
Yeah, apologies, internet. It's good when it works. Okay, let's go. Yeah, let's go again. So it's playing now. Hopefully you can see footage. Ball up. Kick comes out. Marking contest. Nothing in there. Pump to the side. Here's position of the footy and tackled. Did everyone see that one?
Yeah,
Now?
it was better that time.
Okay.
Yeah, got
so,
it.
Better.
So position of the umpire is right there. See side on 2025 to the contest. Okay, so the umpire's in the right position. I want to go over to, let's see, David Curran. We've spoken about this one. Let's have a chat about this one now, David. I know I've used Ian, I've used David. Let's talk about it. What did you see in this regards?
No, that's all right. I think it's quite similar to the other one. So he's pulled him by the jumper, two actions, slung him around and pulled him straight into the ground.
And what would you do in this instance, standing where that umpire is right now?
So players down, I guess first point of call is to pay the free kick, then to go in and assess whether the player can take his kick or not take his kick. And then you're working on a yellow or red card from there.
Right. Let's watch the remainder of the footage and we'll come back to some questions and some answers. So watch the player there. This is towards the very end of the first quarter. Play goes on. This player here now has a chance to stop the play. This player is still in the hands of, now he's in the hands of the trainer. As the field umpire has set up this mark, set kick control. The umpire can decide out the peripheral vision, out to the left, hands in the trainer. If this Brighton player elects to go to their right foot and kick it to this or whatever leading position, it'll be right on top of the trainer and the player that's injured, that's down. So again, we have a duty of care, and we have a moment here to figure this out. Choose not to stop play. Play continues. It goes the other side of the ground. However, play continues, and that is the quarter time, first quarter break.
You see
And the camera pans back to the injured player who still hasn't been able to take that free kick, which hasn't been paid, and is still in the hands of the trainer. Okay, all right.
You can see the players all pointing to him.
Yes. So, what David Curran now looking at it, we say either a yellow or a red. In this instance, it's very similar to the first one. The player's unable to take his kick. I would be backing you in every day of the week to put in as a red card. Everyone agree with that? Anyone disagree? With that one there.
Agreed.
On a side note, Brighton Oval looks like in good nick.
Yeah.
Is it
cricket all year round? Okay, there's last one. Yep, go for it.
So is it going to come down to maybe, if there's a sling tackle and just playing devil's advocate, that players are going to be told to stay down in an attempt to get someone reported and sent off?
No, we'll need to weigh up the severity of it in a sense as well. And that those two there are clear. And I'm going to show you this third and final one. This is a clear, if we put in a red and it goes to tribunal, we're not worried or concerned about the outcome.
Yeah.
But I hear what you're saying. If players taking a dive, so to speak, then they can join the Italian soccer team. But no, we're not looking at that from that perspective. I think it's more the impact as a result of the tackle. So where the feet leave the ground, that's a clear indicator. Where the arms are pinned, it's a dangerous tackle. Where it's one arm and sling, it's a dangerous tackle. These are all the things we need to weigh up the impact that as a result of force of the player tackling the other player as well. So
once you start reporting the sling tackles, you'll say they'll come out of the game real quick.
That's what we want to try and do.
Coach won't let them sling tackle. So if you start reporting them for sling tackle, that'll come out of the game real quick.
Instead of throwing them like that, they'll be pulling them down, hopefully.
Yeah. And our job, as I said, is to get the players to play footy, tackle appropriately, go through that flow chart of a process. Okay, prior opportunity, legally tackled, yes or no? In this instance, this is a no. Right, we pay a free kick.
I actually got on the front foot in the weekend, and when I went to address the coaches and the captains before the game, I actually said to them, the sling tackle, if it's seen, it will not be tolerated and it'll be a report. And both agreed that that's not warranted in the game. And at the end of the day, it was a pretty fair game that I had. So I think we need to be a little bit proactive in it as well.
Well, half a game, Richard. Half a game. We like what you said. You got to be able to put your money where your mouth is, folks. If you're going to go in and tell the players this is how it is, then you got to be able to back it up. So just be careful not to say too much around what it looks like. But the thing is we want to stamp this out of our game completely. So let's watch the last example. And I'll put a bit of sound on here, folks. That's okay, that tackle. Bit of a hold there, missed.
We can't hear any of the sound.
Okay, I'll keep it on mute then. So there's actually more. I think there's one more in this game, actually, wasn't there, boys? From memory, later in the game. This one here, the free kick is paid. Did everyone see it? Hey? Yeah, was this one?
I think it jumped just as the tackle was being done.
Yeah, it was jumping between frames again, Tomo.
All right, we'll go again. Bit glitchy. Okay, here we go. So the ball comes out here and he dumps him there. Right, does anyone see that one? I'm hoping. Let me know some feedback.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so in this instance, let's watch the play. He's dumped. Okay, we have no qualms. Obviously, players want to remonstrate. We have no qualms in pulling out a card that's needed. And in this instance, this player, if I can play it, might not play. He actually, I think, goes back and he takes his kick. It's not going to play now for some reason. This is too glitchy. Oh, here we go. All right, other player. The other player, another player goes to take his kick because he's unable to take his kick. Umpire spots him, says he can take his kick. Right. So in this instance, player does go back and takes their kick. So from a process, what we've discussed around paying the free kick as a minimum. Just want to make sure you're on mute, folks. Put yourselves on mute. I'm just going to mute everybody. In this instance, right, we're looking for whether the player, if we go through our process, the free kick is there. Look if the player takes his kick. I have no qualms if you're looking with the heat of the game. It's in the second quarter. This one is to pay a yellow card for this one here. Would we pay a red for this one? Come off mute because I've muted everybody. You have to come off mute to tell me.
Well, if he can get up and take his kick, it should be just a yellow card. But if he can't take his kick, it should be a red for sure.
So the key for us is to hold and delay. Don't be quick to pull out a card, assess the situation, weigh it up, and we have the ability to make a call based on the level of impact, all right? Based on the intent of the player. In this case, it's to tackle them and take them out of the contest. We pay the free kick. We then look at what is our options with regards to sling tackles. Think about it. It's either yellow, it's a red, and the severity. Now, I think there's one more happens later in the game. I'm not going to bother playing that because we're going to jump into our Kahoots shortly.
Simon, are we penalising the action or penalising the result? Because there's two different meanings there.
The severity.
So it's a sling tackle. We penalise that, or do we? There's a sling. Blow your whistle. Let's see if the player's injured. That, as Nick said, you could get a few actors out there.
No. It's the severity of the tackler. So the severity of the tackler in the first two is severe. The next one is bad. We need to be ready to pay a free kick at all costs. We also need to look at the impact of the tackle, the sling tackle, because they have control over what they do. If they pick the person up and easily put them back down, there's no harm there. Yeah. So we're looking for where the player is airborne. In these three instances, they're all airborne. So it's a sling tackle. It's got to be a card of some sort. I'm looking at it from, let's not go crazy with paying red cards all the way through, but the first two are very good examples. And what we're looking at is as the result of the severity of the tackle, it's a red card. Those first examples, those first two are red cards. This third one is a little bit different. I have no qualms. I said, if you pay red and stick with it. However, if you decide and the player takes his kick and he's okay, the impact is caused is not as harmful. The player's still got a yellow card. Yeah, I don't lose any sleep over that, and neither should you.
So just on that, Simon, you're saying that if the trainer is able to pick the player up and move them back to have a kick, it might not be a red card.
Correct. It may not be. It may or may not be. It depends on the severity of the tackle at the time.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a delayed severity, isn't it?
No, the tackle is either severe and what the person who's doing
yes, I know, but you don't know the impact on the player straight away. Not all the time.
No.
Initially, that guy looked like he was never going to get up. Then he gets up.
Sure. But the impact of it, the individual, if you just delay your card process.
Yeah, I'm not asking to whip cards out straight away. I'm just saying that.
You'll look at it. You'll look at it and go, if you bare minimum pay a yellow, okay, I hear that's fine. But if you pay a red for the third one, example, I have no problems with it being paid a red card. You hear me? So
yeah, because it's setting the standard and being consistent against that.
what we're seeing is where it's not paid a free kick at all in the first two examples. And then this third one, I think that by the end of it, they might have had a word at quarter time, geez, we better pay one here. And so they pay a free kick where it should have been this one here, bare minimum, a yellow card, where almost a red card to send the player off and set the tone. All right. That's my example. So you got a bit of a process to go through of eliminating. Gary's question was around the result of in the hands of the trainer, and Nick's example where players are saying, oh, we'll just stay down. No, regardless, it's the impact of the tackle. What's the tackler doing? What's the intent of the tackler? To get the other part of, the injury is happened after as a result of the tackle. Okay, so we need to be on that.
If I just say, with that as well, if you are red carding them and you're red carding the last one and the player is able to get up and take his kick, well, the impact's going to be low, isn't it? If the player can still take his kick. So it's probably not worth a report.
Okay. So yellow is the minimum. You pay the red on the day. This is the decision. You have to stand by your decision. Want it to be as clear as we can, but there is elements of grey when this comes to it. We just don't want to be missing any of them, and we want to be looking at paying something. Okay.
Is it also maybe a good idea if someone's down and you've got at least two umpires? The second umpire you can run a meet, and you can obviously have a chat. Well, you can sort of come to a conclusion together, if you know what I mean.
Sure, like
Instead
a consult.
Instead of just whipping a card out straight away, or you can just like, guy's down. Obviously, he's going to be down for 30 seconds to a minute if he's seriously hurt, or you can maybe make a decision between yourselves, so you're not just feel you've got the burden on yourself to make that quick decision, if you know what I mean.
And it all depends if what entails afterwards. If there's rumbles and there's remonstrating and there's a conflict happening between the teams, it can be at different times of the game. So we need to be alert to that and taking care of that, and then we can take action with what card we need to pay as appropriate. So you have got the ability to consult, sure, but it's more of backing yourself, the individual umpire, going, no, we know this is wrong.
Yeah.
And, it's a breach of the laws. We need to enforce it.
Yeah, say if I'm with Gary, I can say, hey, Gaz, I'm going to red card this fella. What do you reckon? He'll go, yeah, no worries. Or, yeah.
I think with teamwork, it will help. Sure, we've got the ability to pay those. So first example, we know red card. Second example, we know red card. Third example, getting this far into the game where it's nearly up to half time and this is happening. And then there's one more that happens later, which they do pay. And I think they do card as well. So there's 4 in the game. That's just the examples for us there. All right, let's go moving on to Kahoot. So you should by now have access to or downloaded Kahoot if you've got 2 screens. Tonight's topic, as I said, contest for the ball. All of those examples with are contest for the ball. And we're going to look at just 10 short examples, part of the quiz. Hopefully this will come up on your screens. You can see me going into Kahoot now. And we're going to look at some video examples. They'll come up pretty quick. Fastest finger first. You have multiple choice answers from the screen. So you're looking at it in Zoom, and then obviously on your other screen, got whether you click between the two or whether you've got on a different device, you choose a multiple choice question color coded. So the code should be now on your Zoom screen. The code is 688-3923. Chuck in a nickname and hopefully we'll get a few participants on these 10 examples and we'll wrap up the night.
Hey, Tomo, just for info, mate, I'm trying to win something on eBay and I've got 5 minutes to go. It's something I've been chasing for about 5 years, so hopefully I'll win it. And sorry, I won't be doing the Kahoot. It's a very rare part from a old car.
Oh, geez. Okay, good luck.
That's why I'm distracted.
Keep an eye on eBay and the screen then, and make sure you don't get confused between eBay and Kahoot. Your example question, pricey. Oh, dear. Oh, we only got 11 participants. Come on, folks. Jump on in. Give you just a little bit longer. Good work. A few more. Should have at least 15. Come on. 15 participants. We've got 13 on the screen. Is Roy in there? Oh, yeah. Roy, no, you're not in there, mate. You got your internet working properly?
Yeah, I'm next to Dave W. Oh, hello. I'm sandwiched between Coyote and Dave U now. I am a rose between two thorns.
All right. Well, we've lost another one. Quick.
I kind of misspelled my name.
That's fine. Doesn't matter. Kodu. Kodu, we know who you are, Kodu.
Use the force.
If you happen to jump in at any time, it's fine. With the going down, we're losing participants now. If you happen to jump in at any time, we're going to start it shortly. You can get the codes down the bottom or the website links up at the top, which will be now down the bottom. All right, mute yourselves, keep yourself on mute. Let's look at a contest for the ball. Comes up quick, you get the multiple choice answers afterwards. So here's the quiz. What's your decision?
We've had gorgeous weather outside today too. We had that
4 examples to choose from.
Now it's around 18 degrees. Across the suburbs, really easy.
Please mute yourself.
Few light little spots around also overnight in the earlier hours
Here it comes.
this morning. So half a millimetre around Mount Barker. Across the north, dry and really warm, in fact, to the north of Adelaide today. Port Pirie and Port Augusta both got to 32. Further south, the clouds delivered just a little bit
No
of
one wants to hear the weather,
rainfall,
especially if you're stuck in isolation.
So
So another chance to watch it again.
we can take that lovely high pressure system there for the gorgeous weather. It's going to clear things out across SA even.
Everyone get to see that one. I'm hoping either play on, holding the ball, holding on, or a trick. Correct answer, holding on. Now, you said holding the ball. Interesting one there. Does the player actually take possession of the ball? Let's have a look at it. So this one here comes up the top sort of left. We're looking at the screen. Hopefully this will come up a bit bigger and play for us. Well, internet is going slow for me, folks, so just bear with me. It's like a storm brewing outside, bit windy. Plays havoc with the internet. Here we go. So up the top left, player of the South Adelaide player up the top takes the Central's player, never fully takes possession of the football, therefore holding on. Got a leaderboard here. Let's have a quick spin. Lockie's taken the lead only just from Luke. Fastest finger. Depends on your strength of your internet. Here comes question number 2. Is this holding the ball? True or false? Okay, might have a chance to play it quickly. Those want to see it again. Some said yes, I'd say no. Reason being, it's not. The player takes possession of the football and is immediately tackled. What does he have to do? Folks, anyone want to say the word I'm looking for? Well, has he had opportunity? Tackle pretty much immediately. He hasn't had prior. So what must he do? What's our sequence of events we thinking we need to pay, or when we look at it, what do we need to pay? Goes through our minds. So a player doesn't have takes possession of the ball, tackled immediately, doesn't have a prior opportunity. What are we looking for? Or looking to do?
It's either play on or a ball up, isn't it?
But what's the wording I'm looking for, Rich?
Does he attempt to legally dispose of the ball either by hand or by foot?
Is he must attempt, right? Must attempt. So he doesn't have to handball or kick, right? But the disposal of the ball in this case, comes out in the tackle, in the instance of the tackler, all right, makes contact with the player, and as a result, the ball comes out. Play on is the call because he hasn't had a prior opportunity and he's an attempt to handball or kick has come out in the tackle, all right? Different if he had prior opportunity, we delay the whistle, we look at the ball, he must handball or kick, and he doesn't do that either. So that's why someone would pay holding the ball for that one. So the really crucial part is whether you believe he's tackled straight away or whether he's had a prior opportunity. Okay, so the attempt is the key, the attempt to handball or kick. And Lockie just takes a few more points away. Luke's dropped down a little bit there. Geno's the father-son rule. Here we go. What should we pay here? We've got a couple of choices. Of course, my internet's going to go slow. Here we go. Got a bit of time, folks. Wait for it. Wait for the video. Comes up quick, I know. Chance to play it again, but it might run out of time. So you've got play on, pushing the back, force in front on contact, yellow card in 25, or red card under that law. Oh, a few mixed answers here. So the first free kick is a push in the back. So yes, the yellow bottom yellow is the answer, correct answer. So the push in the back, that's what it gets paid. You see the umpire signals a push in the back. However, the Myponga Selects player makes front on contact. Is it forceful? Somewhat. Yeah. Clumsy. Yep. We need to be looking at that from a yellow card perspective. And because obviously there's two actions in that, we could pay a 25. Okay, so the player who is pushed into the contact of the player coming in, what choice did the Myponga Selects player have, the one that made the bump? What choice did they have? What was their intent?
I reckon the intent was to injure the player and cause an undue delay.
Harm the player. Yep, correct. That's what we're looking for. Yep. And then, yeah, you've got a bit of delay, sure. But harm, we're looking at the player safety, number one, very important. So if you deem, and the one person who, and I don't know the answers, but if you deemed that it was, and I'll play it again, but if you deemed that it was a red card, I wouldn't have an issue with it at all. Okay. It was lucky that the Mount Compass player got up and took their kick. They just bounced back straight away. But if you deem it to be forceful front on contact with the intent to harm, you can pay a red card, no problems whatsoever. Goes to the tribunal, not a concern. However, that force of the impact was very low, right? So think about what Ian said before about the sling tackles. The impact of it was very low. Just watch the impact on this one more time, just for everyone's benefit. Hopefully it will play. Okay, so push, hit. Now, he didn't stay down. He got straight up, and his teammate there, Compass, then he fell over again. But the teammate knocked him over. In this instance, I'd expect that we need to go over. It's number 23. Know who the number of the player from Myponga Selects who made the contact. Go over to number 23, speak to him, stop play, speak to him, make it known, and send him off for the yellow minimum. All right, any comments on that one? U-Bolt was at that game. Probably watched that whole unfold. How did you see that one on the day, David? U-Bolt?
I actually didn't see it the same way as what you saw. I thought what Shane did was okay. But I was a lot further away.
Does the video make it look worse?
Look, from what I saw on the video, it was all blurry anyway. So.
Yeah, no, it comes up pretty clear. But thanks, Dave. Always can count on you, Dave. Well done on making the leaderboard. You picked the right answer. Would you pay holding the ball here? Let's have a look at this one. Go again, just quickly. You might get a chance to put your response in if you haven't done so already. Comes up quick. Cool, everyone. Majority rule on that one said false. They wouldn't pay holding the ball. So, of the 3 that said yes, who wants to be brave and tell us why you'd pay holding the ball for that one? Now, game of footy. I'm sure one of you just guessed true before.
I'm brave. I'm brave, Tomo.
Go for it.
So
Darren White.
the player took possession of the ball, elected to take on the tackler, went to ground, and from what I could see in the video, didn't immediately knock the ball clear once tackled. So holding the ball.
So the key to that one is the ball up is paid very quickly. So if we delay the whistle just a fraction longer, that's when we talk about delaying the whistle, and the ball doesn't come out, and he doesn't handball or kick, he doesn't attempt to handball or kick, I have no qualms in us paying hold the ball. So this one's a, it's a 50-50, and it is. It's a 50-50. So player goes to ground, that's a key indicator. As soon as they go to ground, they dive on the footy or they go to ground with the footy, we just delay our whistle a fraction longer, because then you can go, well, either way, they've had prior opportunity or they haven't had prior opportunity. They must either handball or kick or attempt to handball or kick, and they do nothing just by us delaying our whistle. We make it clear and obvious to everybody. And there's an old saying, old Nana in the grandstand knows that that's holding the ball any day of the week. But in this case, what the footage shows, it's not conclusive for us to 100% pay holding the ball. And there's doubt, therefore the ball up occurs. All right, when there's doubt, you can't guess. I don't expect you to guess. It needs to be clear and obvious and blatant, whether we're paying free kicks, when we're contesting the ball, and in this case, a process that we pay through holding the ball as well.
You saw me, he didn't even have a chance, like he didn't have prior opportunity.
That's the key one that Darren's mentioned, Rolly, is that if you deem he has had a prior opportunity, what I want you to do, even still, just a fraction longer, delay the whistle. Whereas in this case, you see he doesn't have a prior opportunity, that's fine. Delay the whistle, give him a chance. Just give everybody, what I'm seeing footage after footage after footage is that we are quick to pay holding the ball, and we just need to make sure, right, that we give the player every opportunity. When they go to ground, different story. When they lay over it and they lie on it, they drag it in, it's just clear and evident. We want to be able to look to keep the ball in motion, and they're not, well, then we pay holding the ball. All right. Change up in the leaderboard there, folks. Lockie's now come from the clouds to take the lead. Halfway there. Here we go. Question number 5. Is there a free kick to Maiponga Selix in this example? Interesting. I'll play it again. Anything there? Anything at all?
Didn't see
50-50 this one. Couldn't see
Sorry,
anything.
can you play that
Well,
again for me?
can't play it again. It's timed. Can play it again now. And correct answer is no. See, it's just a little decoy of an example to show
On my
everybody.
screen, it completely skipped it for me.
That's all right. I'll play it now. What we see is McLaren here.
Guess the
going
call.
around. Hey?
Talking my sister.
Say it again. Play it again. One more time. McLaren here tries to tackle, nothing there, does a bump there, touches there, nothing, right? Nothing, no feel, no harm.
Thanks for that, Simon.
Why did I put that example in the footage for everybody? What do you reckon?
Was Rod Mitchell complained?
No, this is an example that he gave me to query. not a complaint. But yeah, what else? Why do you reckon I put it in there?
Hold the whistle.
To what? To blow the whistle? What?
No, hold it. Like, you know, you don't have, you know.
Hold
not
the whistle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for a certain terminology from the group. I'm looking for a language from the group, because if we get our communication very clear, very concise to the players, when stuff like this happens, it nips it in the bud straight away. Guarantee it. 4 words. I'm looking for a 4-word sentence we could say to the players in this one. Nothing, obvious, and
Play on.
blatant.
Delivery.
Nothing obvious and blatant. Play on, right? In this case, that's what it is. You know that everyone knows it was play on. But we want to have that communication to the players and coaches alike that we don't need to, we just react to what happens. All right, moving on. It's a little bit decoy, that one. Come on, someone, Lockie, you can't let David Euthenbolt win. He just guessed that, I reckon. Fastest finger first. Number 6. What's your decision for this one here, folks? Got 2 choices. Hold the ball, incorrect disposal, play on. You got a handball. Play it again. It's for everybody. One more time. I've got a bit of time to train here.
Oh, I missed it. Stuffed it. That should be enough.
Oh, 3rd time lucky. Comes up quick. Okay. Ooh, it was a 50-50. Holding the ball, incorrect disposal. Only 5 said it. Okay. Play on and got a handball. So, hopefully you all saw it. He tries to take the tackle on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We've got to think. He must handball or kick here. Does he actually make contact with the ball by clenched fist? It's hard to see, folks. It's very hard to see, and I've played this many, many times when doing this, reviewing this.
I thought he did the first time I saw it, but the next 2 times he didn't make contact with it. So
yeah, he actually doesn't. He drops the ball. Let's hold the ball. Let's hold the ball.
I've yet to see a frame that shows what he's actually doing. Mine jumps about 3 frames, so I'm off to a meeting in Strath, Simon. Cheers, mate.
That's okay. The key here is that does the player handball the ball? Does the player kick the ball? Player dispose of the ball legally? In this case, I'm saying no. Regardless of the footage on there, you can or can't see it. We need to be 100% certain that the player doesn't dispose of the ball hand or foot. And in this case, I don't lose any sleep over people saying play on, that he got a handball. Not the end of the world, right? Given the footage isn't clear. But in this case, we want to make sure we can't guess. All right, that's the key thought process is we can't guess. Must be able to see. If we can't see it, we can't see it. Just admit that. If the players couldn't see it, or play on is the call. All right, no qualms there. Don't get too upset about the scoring at this point in time, because it's a close one. Ooh, few jostling positions. Still got a couple of questions to go. True or false? When the ball heads towards the boundary line, we should just switch off. It should be pretty easy without seeing the footage. You should be able to know the answer to this question. Ball heads towards the boundary line in this video example. What tends to happen when the ball crosses or goes towards the boundary line? Something volatile tends to happen, and players take the game on themselves. They lose focus. I'm going for the footy. It's a simple true or false question. Is we should not switch off when the ball heads towards the boundary line. Without even seeing footage, I didn't really need to put footage. It could have been a still shot for that one. But in that instance, that example, the 2 players decide to take matters into their own hands, dragging players off, and then free kick is paid. All right. Question 8, coming towards the end here. Is it play on in this example? True or false? Might be tough to see because it is cool towards the boundary line once again. and a free kick is paid, and the ball's kicked away. You think it's play on?
Didn't see it.
No, it's hard one to see. So if the ball is kicked away, it's definitely not play on. All right, it's definitely not play on, and the free kick is paid over here by the boundary line. Again, ball's heading towards the boundary line. We don't want to switch off. It's in line with that conversation. Takes his head off, comes through carelessly, takes his cleans him up. Everyone see that one on the bigger screen? Hopefully, a bit clearer. See it? Just there.
Oh yeah.
So we want to be able to not switch off. As I said, the ball heads towards the boundary line in that example. It's expect the unexpected, folks. Expect the unexpected when the ball travels out wide towards the boundary line. All right. Second last question. Is there a free kick here? True or false? Is there a free kick here? We'll play it again. Hopefully enough time to see it. Some say yes, some say no. Some say yes, some say no. What did we see, David? You thought on the day, what do you reckon? You paid a free kick for it. Oh, I've said yes, I agree with you. It's a free kick. Do you remember it?
No, but it must have been, if you agreed, it must have been a good decision.
So the Maiponga footy player doesn't take clean possession of the ball at all in that instance. I'll play it one more time for everybody's benefit. Watch it closely. Comes up quick. I'll make it bigger. Right there, doesn't have the footy and is grabbed out of the contest.
Great decision.
Okay, so happy with that because the player is retarded, so to speak. Like he is retarded from getting possession of the ball. I knew you'd say that. But they're the key things we look for. Is the player held back, retarded, restrained, restricted? What is the Maiponga player's intent? Is to grab that player, make sure he doesn't get, he's not able to contest the ball. Okay, so if he's not able to contest the ball, we're looking for reacting what happened. All right. Last but not least, last question. Here we go. Is it holding the ball? Last one. All right, no one time. Hopefully enough time to watch it and decide. Is it holding the ball?
Yes.
Oh, it's a 50-50. This has been very consistent with what we've talked about tonight. I've pretty much shown ones that are exactly the same, just different umpires and different scenarios at different grounds. But it all seems to be Maiponga, right? Because I get tape cut from Rod. But I do have watched some of the YouTube footage of the games. Watch it on this one here. Let's watch it again. Third time lucky. Player takes possession of the ball. Think about it. Process of thought. Does he have a prior opportunity? Yes or no? Hopefully it plays shortly. Internet is slow. Here we go. Gets the ball. 1, 2, tackled. Goes to ground. Maiponga's underneath it. Got his hand wrapped up around the footy. Think about process. Think about it as a process. So we're 50-50 split on this decision. Who wants to talk me through it? This is the last question of the night. Talk me through it. Think about the language I've used. Who wants to have a go?
I just thought because his arms were free, he could have at least tried to, make an effort, but he just didn't appear to.
So talk me through it, Nick. So he has a prior opportunity. He doesn't have a prior opportunity.
Yeah, he probably didn't have prior opportunity after seeing it a few times because he was got 2 steps and tackled, but his arms were free. So
yep. But his arms are free. But then what happens is the tackler has his arm across the ball and the player.
Yeah, so
the
the tackler's held the ball in, so yeah, probably wouldn't have paid holding the ball in hindsight.
Yes. So we go, right, is it a legal so the process is for opportunity? No. Is it a legal tackle? Yes. Ball's pinned? Yes. You say he's got an ability to handball or kick, so he must attempt to handball or kick. So the key for everybody, the learning for this here is if we delay the whistle, what happens? The ball either comes out because the player knocks it out, attempts to knock it out, or the ball's pinned and the ball's trapped by the Myponga player, which is fine, and it's a ball up. Yeah. Now, argument state, people in the blue who say it's true, it is holding the ball. Do you say that he had a prior opportunity looking at the footage that many times?
I put true for the first one because I just it was like so it's a bit jittery. So, but then when you get to see it a few times, you can make an easy decision.
On the day we don't. We have to make a split second decision. And so we look at the footage. We go, okay, we can't really tell. That's fine. We're in doubt. Okay, great. We're going to go, no, I'm not holding the footy. In this instance, we can't tell. And we ball it up. But if we delay the whistle slightly, a fraction longer, okay, it gives us that extra time to make it it's clear and obvious by delaying the whistle, folks, and going, he has had a prior opportunity. He must handball or kick. He doesn't and he goes to ground because the tackler takes him down to ground. Then we have delayed the whistle, made it very clear and obvious. It is holding the ball and we pay holding the ball. Okay? Now, if the ball comes out, play on. Everyone's happy, aren't they? Ball doesn't come out. We need to be 100% sure that it's not the Myponga player holding the ball to the player. In this instance, that's what it is. Okay, I believe that's what the player's done. The Myponga player has tackled him, pinned the ball, and has brought him down to ground, and he's the one underneath him, all right, holding the ball there, looking to get the holding the ball, but he hasn't had prior opportunity, so we can't pay holding the ball. That's why the question is, or the answer is false. Anyway, good work tonight, folks. We've got a podium finish. Not that it means much, just a token. It's not Coyote. Who was Coyote in the group tonight?
That was me.
Luke was.
Oh, not me, sorry.
Not you. Lockie takes a lead. Lockie, great decision. Comes from the clouds to win, and then obviously you've got JH was fourth there, runner up. I didn't catch the last one, but well done, folks, on your answers, responses there. Any questions, queries, comments, thoughts on what I've just shared with you tonight? I know it can be glittery, a bit jumpy, but just to get you thinking, get your brain caps on around thought process. All right. If you're confused in any way, like, have a chat to me, that's fine. Send me a message, whatever. But check out the standards document. Check out the standards document that I've sent you, and I've put a bit of a flow chart in there around holding the ball decisions particularly, but just to brush up, read the rule book, get some clarity around that, start having the conversations with fellow panel umpires, get us talking about the language we want to use, how we communicate to players that adds value to our experience on the day, that we get them to do what we want them to do. We want them to play the footy, contest for the ball. We want the prime objective to be to contest the ball. We want the tackles to be as best we can be, and when they're not, we award the free kick to the ball player, okay, the player that's going for the football. We want to make sure it's obvious and blatant as well, that the free kick just jumps out at us. We're in a comfortable decision-making position to see ball player, head, shoulders, knees and toes, and the football, all right? Head, shoulders, and the football. If we can do that, we can adjust our position to see what's going on, makes our decision-making a whole lot easier. All right, so it's a sequential process and we just react to what happens. We don't overthink it. We don't overcomplicate it. All right. Cool. Anybody got any comments on that? Oh no, I've muted you all. It's a bit of background. Just want to make sure we get the key points from tonight's topic. No further comments, no questions.
I've got a few queries from down here about first payday, Simon. Do you know? I noticed the Currans aren't there. going to ask them. Do you know?
First pay? We got to chase up the clubs to be able to pay and then make sure, as I said tonight, official HQ, that the bank details are entered and that we can then make payment. So yeah, we've lost a couple of blokes from Dave and Ian, but that's okay. Yeah, so it should be paid over the Easter period is what we're looking at. So it's a process of trying to get them, get all that recovered, recouped, and then issued. Now, any other comments around the contest for the ball? I meant Gary, not formalities, but no, that's all right. Any other comments around contest for the ball, topic, discussion? No, good stuff. All right, well, Wednesday night, we're going to obviously weigh it up whether we're going to train or not, those that can train. I know Phil Kamak will be out at Hackham regardless, won't you, Phil? Rain, hail or shine?
Yep. Oh, if it's raining, we won't be. I'll just look at the situation, but if it's fine, we'll be out there training.
All right, mate.
And the uniforms that haven't got it, is anybody there will be there with the uniforms or not?
No. Worry about it the following Wednesday, mate.
Following Wednesday, okay.
I'll
No
be
worries.
there. I'll be square.
No worries. Thanks.
I really want to train, but I can't.
You all right? Rest up, Richard. Rest up, mate.